And we're back with another episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy II. I'm your host, the RPG Guy, and we're gonna take some risks. But first, you folks looking for a passage to Deist, are you? Well, this may be your lucky day. Just so happens me ship was about to leave for Deist. Be you wanting a ride? Doesn't this seem a little too convenient, Furion? Maybe it is, but there aren't any other ships going to Deist. We're just gonna have to trust her. Me name's Layla. I'll be waiting outside the city for ye. We'll weigh anchor as soon as you're set to go. Okay. So, let's go ahead. I believe we just go outside, and there's the ship there. And it's on autopilot. But is the cake a lie? Trust in pirates doesn't say much for the space you got between your ears. We'll spare you lives, but your loot will be ours now. What's this? Is it a fight ye be wanting? You really are stupid. Yarr, get 'em, boys. Alright, bring it.
Why do you pirates look kind of derpy? I'm just gonna say, it looks pretty derpy, man.
Scissor mean timbers. Let's put them on ice. Because they're not that. That should do it. Okay. A few more out. Guts, who is the Hulkster. And boom goes the dynamite.
Sweet.
Enough. I know when I'm beat. Go on then, do what you're going to do and be done with it. What are ye up to? You want to fight the Empire together? A bunch of outcasts like us fighting right alongside the likes of you? I think I like the sound of that. To your post, boys, whether it be Deist or the bloody edge of the world, we'll get you there. And Layla joins the party. Or Leela, if you want to do Futurama Envision. Hair's kind of the same. Yeah, maybe not. But now we are in control of the Seven Seas. So this is good. We are in pretty much all control here. And we're going to obviously get into some new enemies as we are on this open seas. So let's just kill these dudes. I think they'll actually build up weapon levels, possibly. As well as magic levels, but we're not hyper-focused on that at this exact moment. So, let me see here. And I haven't been paying attention, so I probably can't tell. Layla is left-handed, so make sure the strongest weapon you can give her is always in her left hand. But like we can give her the main gouge. And the Weir Buster, or the but I don't know, that's probably fine. Let's give him the Sleep Blade for now. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to, let's see. Let's take a look at our world map. There is a town we can try to get to. It's very dangerous to go there, especially at the strength we're at. Arguably, not definitively, arguably, but if we can make it there, we can make it no, I was gonna say we can make it anywhere. No, the idea is if we can make it there safely, and I don't know, we might not have enough money to make it worth the trip. But we do have some tomes to sell, and we still got our gold armors that I've been holding on to. So it might be worth the effort. I'm gonna make a hard save here, because we may not be able to survive this trip. But I'm gonna give us the best opportunity possible here by going at the. Let me see here. Make sure we can do it. Yeah. So you can see I'm here at the top of this mountain. Now you might wonder why. The reason I'm at the top of this mountain range here is there's actually a river right below us that will help us get closer to that little pink spot south of us, which is one of the better cities in the game. The negative is that the enemies in this area are malicious and powerful, and you cannot take any risks whatsoever. We might be strong enough to get through here. Might being the key word here. I highly doubt it, but you don't know unless you try. But it's going to take every ounce of strength we can muster to do it. And on that note, we should probably flee. But I'm a little reluctant. Let's single target this up. Yeah, see, that's going to hurt. But see, we have the huge HP amount, so... And if Leela goes down, that's fine. We can't rely on her to get through here anyway. That's what I was worried about. 400 plus damage. Yeah. Gang up on one of them here. We could move Maria and Fury onto the back row while we try to make our way through here. Yeah, see, they're not going down. Flee. Okay, one down. Hence why I put the sleep sword on Guy, because any chance we get for them to miss a turn, the better. Looks like the bighorns aren't as dangerous as the flying rays. But I might be eating my words when I say that. We'll have Guy heal after battle. That's the other thing we will do as well. I'd even want him to heal in battle, now that I'm thinking about it. They're still kicking. The goal is to avoid as many battles as possible. Because we're also going to run out of MP by the time we get there, very likely. There we go. Whoa. Blizzard's almost leveled up. That's ironic. In a way. So now we stay in the river as much as we can to get us down there. Which, again, is easier said than done. But this is about as far as we're going to get before we're forced into forest here. Ooh, it's right there! The other negative is we got to be able to get back out of here. So now we've got Flans here. Oh boy. Let's see. Physical attacks ain't gonna do crap. I don't think. Maybe against the Black Flame, but I forget. They don't like fire. I'd rather fight just bunches of these. They're not that bad. Okay, that's not working. Well, they're not that strong compared to the Black Flame, so that's good to know. I just healed that. This is a good area, though, to get stronger magically, physically, if we wanted to, but hey. And Maria's Blizzard leveled, that's good. Oh. Oh. We made it. Oh. Alright, let's get... what's her name up? Not that I care that much that she's down, but meh. So we've reached Mysidia, a village, a town that we're not even supposed to be at till much later in the game. You know, pretty much any time you play a Final Fantasy game, regardless of which Final Fantasy you're actually physically playing, anytime you get access to new villages and stuff, usually it's in your best interest to exploit the crap out of this. And I'm not going to take any tagbacks on that. You want to exploit everything you can out of it. Because as you can see, we can pick up spells like Holy, which we're gonna buy for 20 grand though. Man, these are both pretty good, but we're gonna hold off on some of that because it's a little pricey. But I don't know. The most important thing to grab, I believe, here is going to be Holy. Shall Protect Blink. Let me see what else I got. Cure Blizzard, Thunder, Fire. Okay, we got all that. We don't want Fear. Yeah, okay. So really, the only spells worth grabbing are here. Swap, Wall, and Barrier. Now, when it comes to the what's what of any of this, you have to think Barrier, how to explain? Barrier gets better, I believe, the more you use it. So think of it that way. And it will protect you more as you build it up. Now, in some versions of the game, that's the case. In other versions, it's very specific, and I don't see the big value in that. And I don't remember which version is this one. Is it multiple protection, or is it protection that changes as you skill up the spell? And that to me is a deal breaker. So what Wall Tome does is kind of neat. The Wall Tome, how to describe the Wall Tome? It's pretty much like a single block spell. It's really all I can say. It's not great. It's not bad. It's very specific in its use. And all it really does is it just negates all damage from a single attack once, and then you got to put it back on again. It has its very specific uses, but we could wait later in the game to buy it. The one spell that is most interesting is Swap Tome, which we will buy. Swap Tome is broken as fuck. And what I mean by that is that Swap Tome allows you to swap it's literally like it is in other Final Fantasy games to a degree. Though it's usually affiliated more with a monster skill, I believe. But Swap allows you to swap your HP and MP, that's right, with an enemy. Now, if you do this to a very low-level enemy, you will actually be able to upgrade your HP and your MP very, very quickly. It's a great spell for the main 3 characters, in a sense. We're going to get 3 copies of this. I know that sounds like a lot, but that's what we're going to do. We're going to get 3 copies of this, because every character should have this on them. And then eventually we'll get rid of it. For sure, because we're going to run out of room for spells at some point here. So we're going to have to start deciding what goes where. But we picked up Holy for Firion, which is the most important. And then we've got some Swap Tomes. Holy, building up Holy is going to be a big deal as well. We're going to need to build that spell up. As you can see, we're going to run out of room here for Maria. But when we start running out of room for Maria, it's going to be making decisions on what to dump. Blind is probably going to be out of here. We need to build up Scourge as well. When we do a big grind session later, that will be one of the things that happens. The other thing, too, is we can give, perhaps, Guy some of the spells we don't really want. But really, that's a great start right there. All right. So that's that. There's also armor and weapon shops here. I don't remember them being that great. Not bad. So we've got Giant's Gloves, we've got Thief's Gloves, the Knight Armor, and the Ice Shield. Ooh. Let's see, do we want it? Well, first of all, if we want anything, we'll have to sell the old stuff. So let's sell this dagger. Let's sell Berserk Tome, Scourge Tome. We'll sell the... Yeah, do we want to sell the Blind Tome? Yeah, for right now, we'll sell it. These 2 gold armors will give us another 2 grand. The Weird Buster. So we'll sell the 2 gold armors while we're here. Puts us at 30 grand. We're gonna buy a Giant's Glove. Debating on how I want to do this. We could buy 3 Knight Armors, an Ice Shield. I'm not gonna buy another Ice Shield, but these guys might be pretty good. No, we just spent a lot of money. But it's all on defense, so I'm not going to complain. So this is better than the gold armor we've got on, so substantially better. And he's going to get the Giant's Glove. We should get her the Thief's Glove. It's not that expensive. Excuse me. May as well. May as well. Okay, let's sell the Silver Cuirass. We'll sell the 2 gold armors. Mithril gloves, and the long sword. You can see we're getting some nice little upgrades here. Let's take a look at weaponry. The Power Staff, Flame Lance, and the Ogre Killer. Ooh, effective against ogres, you say? You don't have to sell me much on that. We can easily buy the Ogre Killer, but we won't have enough money per se for a flame lance or a power staff, so this becomes slightly problematic. But let's get the ogre killer, because getting Guy that his powerful attacks is more important. The other characters have other things they can fall back on more so than he can. And that's, look at that. Look at that. Isn't that thing a beauty? Boom shakalaka. I am the meat, I am the muscle, I am the man who will murder your face. I am the guy. 350 for the mithril axe. Yeah, so that's shit money. Now we didn't get hit up an inn, which is not good, so we need to do that now before we spend anything more. Not that we really could. We might be short. No, we're good. Okay, so there's that. That's taken care of. The power staves would be nice, okay, but we need to check what benefits we get from the staves we have. Because they're not always informative out the door in Final Fantasy games, especially these older ones. You gotta kind of do some looking into it yourself. So if we put the Weird Buster on Firion, just as an example, let's see here. Whoops. Nope. Is Spirits 42 and 19 for intelligence? Spirits 42, intelligence 19. 42, 19. 42, 19. So, oh, I didn't look at magic though. 22. 22. Okay, so the staves themselves do not really offer anything except better attack. They don't upgrade the character's magic defense, magic offense, or any of that. So with that said, now that we're geared up pretty good here, we're not geared up the way I'd like to be, but we're geared up okay. It may be in our best interest to fight around outside. We're gonna make a save now that we're here. Go. Alright. Go. Save. There we go. So we may want to fight around outside a wee bit and stay pretty close to town. We'll see how much money we get per kill here. Just have everybody gang up on one except Layla. Jeannie's gonna have to hang back. And again, she could just get knocked out of the fight, and that's just gonna be something that happens. You know, let's use Holy. Why am I not using Holy crap? That might be why we're not using Holy. Asuna. Because we could be stoned. And of course it misses. Yeah, we don't care about her. This is bad. Come on. Damn, is it not working? Damn, are we in trouble? Time to flee. This is, you know, this is gonna happen too. We're gonna get in these fights where, you know, this could be very dangerous fights. There we go. when nasty like that, we're gonna have to just get out of there. Do we not have the means to cure stone? Doesn't make any sense. What is this? Do we need stone? That makes no sense. Might have to reload that. Let me see here. How do we not... Do we need, like, Estona or something? Because we don't have the magic and the money to buy it. Then we gotta buy the item, I guess. It's the only thing I can think of. We have golden needles, so let's use them. They're expensive as crap, so we need to be more careful. If we run into cockatrice, we'll just run. Because, yeah, that burned through some of some expensive stuff. 1,500 bucks worth of gold needles. And that's just, it's gonna happen. mines and bombs, so nothing too new here, I don't think. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and try to get us some delicious money back, so we can buy more gear. So we'll be back in a wee bit. Okay, so I bought all the weapons I wanted. I bought 2 power staves, whatever, and I bought a flame lance. Now I'm keeping the mage's staffs for now, just out of curiosity about using them in battle, and I don't remember if they worked in battle. If not, we'll sell them. The Weir Buster might also be losing its value as well. Ancient Sword pretty much is also in that same boat, but I sold my Mithril Sword, so I don't really have a great substitute sword for Firion, so we're probably going to have to stick with, let me see here, keep the Ancient Sword around until we get a better sword. Yeah, just for the time being. So that's not a problem, though. We'll keep that as is for now. And what I want to do is, I've gotten Holy up to 5. Fire's almost to 8. But we're still working a bit on Scourge. I haven't done much with Scourge. And that's the other elemental we gotta kind of build up. Toad and Berserk and Curse are doing their own thing, really, but I would like to get Berserk up a few levels as well. In the white magic department, getting Shell up to 4, getting all of these pretty much up to level 4, except Teleport would be pretty good. Excluding Swap. Swap will do against level 1 enemies pretty much exclusively, so we don't need to level this up as much. We probably want to get it maybe up to level 4 or 5 at the most. But getting everything else up here, you know, might be worth it. Sap is probably the least relevant of what's here, and Silence is probably the least relevant, but so those 2 could be skipped. But me being me, I'd rather build that up, and build up Holy as well. For Guy, I would want to build up his MP exclusively, just build up his MP, and Lilia we don't care about. God, you're so mean to her, I know. So I'm gonna make our way back to our ship, and the best place, the safest place to pretty much level up is still gonna be the captain's. I'm gonna run from these guys. Are still gonna be the captains and Finn. Surprisingly, they're still the easiest thing to micromanage and fight. With all that said, you know, that's kind of the way that goes. Because this is just, you know, leveling here is rough. Because these enemies don't just blow themselves up. They do all kinds of terrible, heinous things, and you kind of just are left to your own devices to deal with it. Luckily, the Ogre Killer will be great against the Hillgigas, I believe, and other ogres that we will bump into later. But Hillgigases are going to become mainstay enemies anyway, so may as well get used to them now. You can see these enemies are pumping out damage at over 200, so taking them out is a pretty big deal. And building up that delicious Holy. So the Gigas is down. This, I've been worrying about it, but it hasn't really done much damage, so meh. Look at that. So 1500, Maria's HP goes up. I don't want her to miss out. Wouldn't hurt for her to build up her cure as well. Alright, so now let's get back on our boat. And we need to head to pretty much Altrea or Palum works as well. Either of those locations is pretty good. But yeah, we need to make our way back to kind of the town, to Finn, if we want to build that stuff up. So I know this was kind of a sidetrack event, but you know, it's worth it in the long run, and I can't stress enough that putting in this little smidgen of effort really goes a long way. Okay, I think Altea's over. Yeah, there we are. All right. So yeah, putting in this little effort to build these things up, as you've already witnessed firsthand, that this is apparently something that needs to be done. You know, getting really strong really quickly has infinite benefit. Okay, there's no reason not to make the effort to become this powerful. And like I said, in the total amount of grinding so far, we've pushed about 4 hours of grinding. We are arguably reaching maybe the halfway point of the game, give or take. So we've still got quite some ways to go. But we are mostly there for what it's worth. And objectively, we don't have much further to go. So now that we've got, like, Holy with us and Scourge, there's only only a handful of spells that we'll want to build up later. So with that said, it's not a big deal. That's the big thing. That's the big selling point. There's not going to be that many spells for us to power level because we'll be leveling them as we progress through the game anyway. And they'll sneak in an extra level or two. And I believe maximum level is 16 for spells. So the fact that Cure's already at 10, our Black Magic's average is right now 8. We should build, again, we need to build some of that up. But our average right now is 8 of the elemental stuff. You know, or 7 if you want. We're getting there. We're almost there. So where we want to be. But building the rest of this stuff up, the stuff that we're for sure going to keep, like Berserk, Toad, Curse, Thunder, Fire, Blizzard, Scourge, those things we want to build up to at least 7 or 8, give or take. And then for Furion, it's the same deal. Blink, Protect, Shell, we should build those up at a little higher. I said 4 all around. Maybe 5 is just as good. It depends on how much time I want to spend doing this. But we'll see. We'll see. It's still early to figure that all out. But definitely I'm going to spend more of my time building up Holy to make it as close to the Lilia's elemental magic level as possible. And like I said, we'll be trying to get Guy's MP to go up because he's starting to fall behind. 150 is probably pretty good for him. So anyway, I know this was a weird kind of episode because all we did was do a big side trip where I got tons of good magic spells and way better gear than I should have at this point of the game. As you can see, we are decked out pretty good for considering we're just only going to Deist right now. So we're not doing too bad. So anyway, I want to thank you guys for stopping by. I am your host, the RPG Guy. Like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/JackTardStudios, where I live stream RPG games and other games too that I haven't actually put up on the channel, or sometimes I do repeats of old games that I've streamed a long time ago, and all that good stuff. Because yeah, you don't want to miss out on some interesting things that I've been doing. So anyway, I want to thank you guys for stopping by. We'll see you next time. Bye. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Please take a moment to check out more episodes from the RPG Guy, Tuesday Night Team Up, and more. And please subscribe. Always support the channels you enjoy watching, and while you're at it, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+. Keep on gaming hard. See you next time.